Hi, Internet. Bryce here. From doctors and pop stars to babies and bikers, RuPaul's Drag Race has had a lot of outfits for the pit crew, and I am in the very unique position to rate all of them because I actually wore them. Yeah, that was me walking around as a doctor, as a baby, as a pop star, as a mermaid. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting outfits, and I'm going to tell you which ones are great and which ones are meh, maybe skip them if you're going to go out for a Halloween party or something like that. And I'll be covering the regular season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll have a whole other video covering the All-Stars outfits if y'all like this type of video. And at the end, I'll pick my favorite one, so stay tuned to find out. So, some of you might remember I actually did not have an outfit to start my very first episode of Drag Race all the way back in season 7. I walked out naked. Well, TV magic naked, if you will. So this is actually pretty tough to rate because while I think it's solid 10 out of 10, there actually isn't an outfit. No underwear, no nothing. We'll give it a wash, unrateable. That's how we're going to call it. It's unrated. Next up is season 7, episode 2, where we had actual underwear and a prop. We had a leaf blower. So that's kind of fun. We got to do the whole leaf blowing challenge where like slow motion blew leaf blower air into queens' faces. But this is an interesting category where it's not so interesting because all it is just underwear. There's no extra outfit going on or anything like that. So while I did have a prop, I'm going to actually combine all of the different colored just plain underwear, as I'll kind of show you a little montage here, where I think they're all just a 5 out of 10. It's like, yeah, they fit. They're underwear. That's the whole point of the show. But there's nothing giving that extra pizzazz. But at the same time, it's not like, oh, you completely ruined a look because there wasn't really a whole lot to ruin it with. It was just underwear. My one exception is actually the rounder bum underwear. Not a fan of adding pads in the butt. What's up with that? It also looks kind of weird because it's not like contoured. It's like literally square pads with like sharp edges. So unless you're wearing it with pants, like it just looks odd. So not a fan of rounder bum, which I have a picture right here. The print was kind of cool. It's like this like cool little camo purple stuff, but everything else, is all variations of fine 5 out of 10. Next up is the season 7 and 8 finale look. So these are 2 actual tuxedo boxers, which is very creative, but I think that Kate goes to season 7's finale because while season 8 had the bow tie up here, having the bow tie actually attached to the pants is a little more creative in my opinion. I'll give that a solid 7 out of 10 for season 7. It's probably one of the classier looks that we've had, and I think we only did that kind of tuxedo boxer underwear look for a couple of seasons, and we kind of swapped that out for later ones, so I actually really like that. 7 out of 10, pretty solid. Can't go wrong dressing up while dressing kind of down. Speaking of season 8, we kicked it off with quite a bang with Ho Ho Ho. Yeah, we dressed up as 3 hoes, your favorite hoes, the RuPaul's Drag Race pit crew hoes. We got our little hats, we got our little hoe chains, and we got our little red underwear. So actually, I think it's festive and it's a lot of fun. I also give this one a 7 out of 10 because I like the pun, it's funny, it's festive, it's clean, not too cluttered. And who doesn't like a good old holiday cheer? Next up is season 10, episode 7, where we dressed up as snorkelers. Like, I don't know how to do the hand motion for a snorkel. Yeah, we were snorkelers pushing mermaids on wheelchairs. It was a very eclectic kind of thing. The one thing I will note is I got a lot of glitter on me that episode because the fishtails that the queens were wearing had glitter, and they'd like poof everywhere, would just get glitter all over. So it was a very glittery snorkeler. And one thing, I couldn't actually see out of the goggles too well sometimes because they'd kind of fog up. And normally when you're snorkeling, you can just like dip some water in, clear it out, or scuba diving, something like that. But I was just worried, don't push the queen too far and off the edge of the stage, and there goes the season. So luckily, everybody was safe. I was able to see, walk, and breathe air without needing the snorkel because, we're not underwater. I'll give this a solid 6 out of 10. It's a little above average, but looking at a snorkel, I can't really go much higher than that just because of practicality reasons. Walking around with a snorkel on your face is very cumbersome, but it was kind of fun and festive. Skipping ahead a little bit, we've got season 12, episode 4, The Beekeeper. No, it's not that Jason Statham movie that just came out a little while ago and I watched it on an airplane. It was me dressed up as a beekeeper, and luckily there weren't any real bees on set because I'm not sure how effective it would have been without the pants portion. So we're half of a beekeeper, but I'll actually give this a 7.5 out of 10, and here's why. I actually could see, so unlike the snorkeling thing, it was interesting, it was very unique. Nobody's dressing up as a beekeeper. Who thinks of that? But I could also see out of it, so it wasn't like a safety hazard. And there's also no bees to be a secondary safety hazard, so win-win, safe, fun, festive, 7.5 out of 10. Hello, nurse! Season 12, Episode 5, I myself was a nurse. Keeping up with the profession theme, going from beekeeper to nurse. This one, I'm giving an 8 because the stethoscopes that we used actually worked. So when we went around like listening to each of the Queen's Hearts, it worked. So real life props, unlike the beekeeper outfit that would not save me from a bee, this one I could actually use to maybe verify that somebody has a heartbeat or something like that. Although, to be fair, if I saw a nurse walk in dressed quite like that, I'd kind of challenge their credentials because same thing, no pants. You need pants to be professional sometimes. Moving on to someone who should not have a profession is Baby. Season 13, Episode 5, I dressed up as a baby and not a fan. I'll give it like a 3 out of 10. So it's actually a downgrade from just having plain old underwear. It's just like, what am I doing? I'm a baby. I can't do anything. Not a fan. If that's your thing, that's totally cool. No judgment. But yeah, not my thing. But what is my thing is Rockin Out. So season 13, episode 10, I got to get behind the drum set and spoiler alert, I only play guitar. I do not play drums. It was luckily dubbed over with music. So I had this awesome spiky hair though, and we had this like mask on because it was the COVID times. The spiky mask was really cool and just like banging around on a drum set and like pretending that I was a rocker. Really fun. Solid 8 out of 10 actually, just because like the mask and everything was like so cool. I thought it was an actual interesting way to get around, all the safety precautions that we had to take back then. In season 14, episode 6, Drag Race always knows how to deliver packages to your front door with Glamazon Prime. That's not a real service, but if it was, we'd show up looking like this. Not a lot of sun protection for the lower part of the body. However, we do get to wear a hat, which is awesome in my book. It protects your face from the sun, which is always good. You don't want those sun rays hitting your face. So I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. And the last photo I'll go over is season 15, episode 1, probably a fan favorite. It's the biker look. We've got those leather briefs, we've got the leather hat, we've got the glasses for safety. You don't want anything hitting your eyes while you're on a motorcycle. And actually, if you are on a motorcycle, you should be wearing a helmet. We did a photo shoot on a stationary motorcycle. A lot of fun. It was mounted to the ground so it didn't tip over and hurt anyone. Quite a nice, clean, punchy look. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. And you might be thinking, oh no, Bryce, there were so many other looks. Well, they might have been an all-star look, or maybe it's just a look that, didn't really catch my eye too much. So if you have a favorite look that I didn't mention, just let me know. Maybe it's an earlier season from before I even existed. Or maybe it's from a more recent season, like the Squid Game episode. But that Squid Game look, can't even see my face. I have a mask on, so 0 out of 10, can't see the face. So some of you probably kept track of all the numbers that I've been rating everything. But my favorite one actually just goes to the one that makes me the happiest every time I see it. Not necessarily the one with the highest rating, which is ho, ho, ho. Yes, every time Christmas season rolls around and I see that photo of me and Jason and Miles just walking around with their little Santa hats saying ho, 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 that's the outfit that brings the biggest smile to my face, so it's my favorite. If you have a different favorite, let me know, but that's mine. I'm sticking to it. And if you like this video, comment that you want to see an All-Stars edition. I can make that happen. All right, until next time, bye.